Time.
Let's go, champ. Oh my gosh.
Every time I'm busting up laughing and you're like, yeah, you ready? Press record.
You've not even started yet, you know. Like, Jesus. Jivers. Alright. Salutations. Just Cruising. Episode 11.
11.
Kevin Lucas, David Love, Body Love. Yeah. So, today's conversation is not a top 10, 1, 2, 3, 10. No, it's not that. Today's conversation, is about confidence. Confidence, Raquel. Why confidence, you say? Why confidence, David?
Why confidence? Yeah, you asked me what I wanted to talk about.
Yes.
It's something that comes up again and again and again. I find in day-to-day life when I look at people that are happy, people that are successful in all different walks of life. Just the power of that. And what I've been experiencing more and more recently is that once you own your confidence and that belief in yourself,
Yes.
and how you see yourself, it just transforms everything around you. And I think for me, the most powerful thing is validating that yourself, because once you do, then it's like the world becomes that mirror and reflects it back to you. Do you know what I mean? But I just had this moment of just like all these things clicked in my head when I was like, oh shit. And I thought about my skill sets, I thought about some of the things I've done, some of the things I'm doing, and all these dots just connected in my head, and I was just like, I'm a bad motherfucker.
There you go.
I need to like own that, like completely own that and walk with that and embody that. Do you know what I mean? Without any kind of like holding back or self-consciousness or anything like that. And yeah, so that was kind of on my mind. And so when you asked me, you want to talk about that? Yeah, I want to talk about that because I've seen the difference between the times when I haven't felt confident or at certain periods of my life. Do you know what I mean? But at this point, I feel like my confidence is like steadily growing, and I think it's something a lot of people could probably use help with as well. So it would be interesting to discuss confidence.
Okay, cool. Your opinion, what would you, I know you've already kind of said it, but what would a clear definition,
I knew you were going to
or
answer
a
this.
short word, like a one-liner definition be of confidence? What would you think, or what would you suggest confidence be generally?
I think personally, I would say it's very subjective, and for me, it's a sense of certainty. For me, it's a sense of certainty in myself. But for me, confidence comes from competence. So let's say there's a skill set you want to work on. It might be your communication, it might be a physical skill, it could be anything. But the more reps you put in it and the better you get at it, the more certain you're going to feel, the more sure of yourself. Initially, you're going to have that, it's new, you're going to feel uncomfortable and whatever. But confidence for me is when you get to that point where you feel certain of yourself. Even though you might not be certain of the outcome, you're certain of yourself.
So basically, what you're saying is...
Fuck off, man.
Confidence.
No, but so what you're saying is...
What you're saying
what you mean. And so you're implying then...
your suggestion would be, is...
So what you want then?
What you want is... What I feel you are saying is, yeah, but I feel like, actually it makes sense. I see confidence as experience. Yeah. Experience. I say confidence being experience and being proactive as well. So, let me give you an example. Obviously, everything you do, everything you've done before, when you've done it before and you do it again, you have that level of understanding of whatever you're doing, the situation you're in, what to do when things go your way, when things don't go your way. You know the next step to take. which is what gives one the confidence in whatever they do. So whichever place you find yourself, whatever situation you find yourself, you have the confidence in yourself that you've done this before and you know what to do. It gives you that air of confidence. But when you've never done something before, you walk in panicky, worrisome, just not confident. But I think generally, how I do is, if I'm going to a new scenario, I make myself proactive, which is basically before that happens, before the
you
event
prepare
happens,
as much as you
I
can.
mentally prepare as much as I possibly can. If I'm going for an interview, I'm going to assume all the FAQs, all the frequently asked questions, and I'm going to answer all the questions myself. So if this person said 1, 2, 3, I need to have an answer for 1, 2, 3.
That's the next level. Yeah, that's it.
So in a new environment, you've already walked in with a level of confidence that whatever life throws at me, I am, even if I am inexperienced, I am prepared to go at it with some amount of knowledge about how to handle said scenario.
Like, you just reminded me of last week. I had and I didn't used to do this before, but I had a particular shift the week before. I think it was last week. And I went onto the website. I found out, what drinks they made or whatever. So I did some prep beforehand, so I knew the specific hotels.
Yes.
And then when I worked there, then I saw the spec sheet which had the actual measures on it. So I took pictures and the measures, and then when I got home, I made flashcards. And so the next time I went there, it's all
Nice.
in.
You did it before.
Yeah, and I did the same thing. The thing you said about mental reps.
Yes.
Big ups for that, man. Like,
Thank you.
because if the thing is, let's say I just learned the measurements. Now I have those, which is helpful, but that's not the same as making it. To make it, you got to reach for this bottle. You got to pour this amount, and you got to remember, sometimes the sequence you're putting it in, how it's shaken. Is it shaken with ice, without, whatever? You're not going to know that unless you do it. And so I've been doing that. Sometimes when I'm at work and there's a downtime, I'll run through it sort of mentally, and I'll
repeat the reps.
But yeah, I'm just learning how to get those reps in, because sometimes people use not being able to be in the space as an obstacle, but it's like, well, you still do it mentally anyway.
Shadow boxing.
100.
That makes sense. Makes absolute sense. I teach that a lot. Say, I kind of have like a daily reps, daily sets.
Sick.
Yeah. So you have. So whatever you do, you kind of have your daily reps and daily sets.
So you got physical daily reps and mental daily reps as well.
Physical and mental, yeah. Yeah. So physical and mental daily reps. So things like that, you repeat. Your body gets into, your mind gets into it. So when it's game time, you've done it 1,000 times in your head.
Muscle memory.
You've done it a million times every day.
Yeah, you fired the same brain circuitry that you would fire if you actually did it.
There you go.
And your brain can't tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and the actual experience as well. So
yeah, and moreover, when you're doing it mentally
crazy.
all the time, you're not getting physically tired.
Yes.
But your brain is getting sharper and sharper and sharper, and knowing, okay, this is what's supposed to be done. 1, 2, 3, tick, tick, tick.
And you can do perfect reps mentally as well, right? It's like,
there you go.
Train yourself for success.
There you go.
Yeah.
One other thing I noticed is that now human behavior, we do the whole body language and verbal language. Most of our language is body language, right? Which is basically 80%. So confidence is not just a mental thing, it's a mental and a physical thing, because when you are mentally confident, it shows in your physicality.
Yes.
When you are mentally just unstable or not confident, it shows in your physicality. And people tend to see you in that way, as prey or predator. Now here's how it goes. As simple as this. If you look at, I like the animal kingdom because I do this compressed a lot of times. If you look at the animal kingdom, most of the animals that are hunted, the hunted animals, they are always jittery, always scattery, always running around, always like on edge, like the bunny in Alice in Wonderland. I'm late, and running around all scared all the time, that nervous energy at all times. But now when you look at the hunters,
Predators.
the one they're calm. You walk around like, nah, I got this. There's that slow step. That's
This is something we've spoken about before, and I think it's something we need to speak about again and again.
This is
and again.
exactly. So I'm doing it again because I know the world needs it.
We all need reminders, man.
Dude, most of the things we do, we're not actually teaching you, we're reminding you what you already know. And that's what you got to do, student. It's simple. We're beating a dead horse because you know this already, but you just need someone to remind you what it is.
Because it's not the norm. This is the thing.
No.
It's not like you've got tons of examples of this around you. You know, most people are running around with like a headless chicken, just being led by
Trying to catch up.
whatever, man.
To who, to what, to why, to when, to where. Where are we going to? Slow down. It's fine. You know, nature goes slow for a reason. Don't rush system.
And look what it gets done.
Exactly. So yeah, I like bears, tigers, lions. You know. wolves.
Yeah, I like the predators too. Funny
The
enough,
big
I like
boys.
sharks. I like
sharks. I love it.
Yeah, I
my
like
shark
the big
one day.
cats. I
Yeah,
like
the big cats are
eagles.
But that's the thing. They're not just solitary. Most of them, they take their time. They take their time. You don't see them running from them. They have that. There's that calm. There's that calm energy about it. It's like, I'm gonna run. I wanna run. Not all the time. I got this.
That's one of the things I love about cats. They're like a study in composure. They are mean, but you can feel the stillness in them. And it's what's interesting to me sometimes. You ever seen like a dog face down a cat, and it's like the cat looks tiny, but it's like the dog can sense this little motherfucker's crazy. Like, you can
the dog
feel
can
the
tell.
dog. The dog can tell there's
You know
a
what?
killer